So Caleb, episode 35 of the Clinical Dose, you're back in. Didn't let Joe back in this episode.
No, couldn't do it.
Kicking him out, now he's done. So we have another 5 questions, so let's get to them. So what supplements would you recommend for before game AFL for energy and performance? From Sandu from Instagram Q&A. Do you have a preference on here? What would you recommend?
Well, since you said before game, I was kind of thinking like some kind of pre-workout essentially.
Yeah, I think that's where he's kind of going with it. I might touch on a few others, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, just something that's probably not too high in energy as well. So I was thinking more like a mid-stim based pre-workout, something that is quite, beta-alanine heavy as well, just to help with muscular endurance and so on whilst they're training and whilst they're performing a game.
Absolutely. I mean, I pretty much said the same thing. I have down low. I would go low to mid stim. You don't want anything that's going to be too strong, especially when you are playing footy. It's a lot of high intensity exercise, sprints, running all the time. Yeah. So something that does have your beta alanine to help with endurance, bit of caffeine to give you an energy pickup, and probably something just to help you focus a bit more as well. With that, I would also recommend taking a creatine daily if you're not already. I know you just touched on performance there, so I figured if you're not taking it, I would probably highly recommend that because it's going to help with your muscular endurance, muscle power a bit throughout your game. And then I would also, I'm just out of the enduring and post-game as well, so I would add in an amino with electrolytes, but I would also add in a carbohydrate powder and preferably get it in before the first half of the game, so kind of that first quarter, second half time. Area, so you are replenishing those glycogen stores and getting you're getting your blood sugars higher, so you have more energy throughout the whole game. I think that's a big thing with these games that are very exercise heavy, where you're running pretty much the whole game pretty much. Making sure you have adequate carbs in your diet, and especially while you are working out. So I think like a cluster pure or a highly branched cyclic dextrin could definitely help there. And then post-game, I would go with like a protein and a dextrose just to help with glycogen replenishment.
He's got the whole pre-intro and post, damn.
Yeah, you thought it there. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, very good recommendations, man, definitely.
Next question. So top tips or supps for muscle and joint pain, health due to increased workload from Toby_Barnes from Instagram Q&A. What are your thoughts?
I was going to let you start off with this one.
You want me to start off? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'll go down the supps and so supps, definitely looking at your kind of joint support formulas like your core flex and your fish oils and stuff like that are definitely going to help. I would also recommend a glutamine just for overall kind of muscle recovery, make sure your muscles are recovering, as well as kind of digestional health as well. And then if you want to go more, especially joint pain, but more health supplements, obviously your greens, multivitamins, organ support formulas as well are going to help there. And then probably just for making sure you're stretching and getting enough recovery in there as well. It makes a big difference. I have some knee pain. I find when I don't stretch out my legs after my workout, my knees are so much sorer through my joints because my quads are tight and pulling on my tendons that surround my knee. So yeah, that's my tips.
Yeah, I have like very similar tips as well. I guess one thing I also use, or I'd like to touch on as well, is workout accessories, things like wrist wraps, elbow sleeves, knee sleeves. I use wrist wraps a lot personally as well because I've just been increasing the workload in, I guess, my workouts. And have just noticed that as the heavier the dumbbells I keep lifting, a little bit more of like pain I'm starting to get through my forearms. So I just help eliminate that as best as possible by putting on wrist wraps.
Definitely, yeah. All those kind of knee sleeves, elbow sleeves, wrist wraps, all those things are going to help with the joint support there. So, yeah. Is it harder to say no or yes to opportunities put forward to you? From Buck05 from Instagram Q&A. What are your thoughts, Caleb? The opportunities coming your way?
Good question. I guess my thoughts is it depends on what the opportunity is.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
I'd say with life experience, personally, I've always found it harder to say like no to opportunities because all the opportunities that I get, I look at it and I go, is this going to help me in the future? Is this going to help achieve my goal as well? And I always end up going, yeah, it is. So I end up saying yes to a lot of opportunities. I guess, I haven't had an opportunity where I'd be like, nah, I say no. But
yeah, I mean, exactly like you said, it depends what the opportunity is. So if the opportunity supports where you want to go in life, really, then it's probably something you should be saying yes to. It also depends on your situation. Some people want to go somewhere in life, but the opportunity may mean a pay cut. It may mean something that they currently need and that may be reduced to get that, to increase that opportunity further, which can then sometimes be very hard because you can't, or you might not be in a place to be able to give up what you're currently doing to seek that opportunity, in which then it's going to be very hard to say yes because you need it. But if you want to progress, I guess you need to say yes to that opportunity and kind of make a way for it to work.
Do you have any experiences that you could share or anything?
Not really, to be honest.
No?
It's just
like nothing you said yes to that you knew was like a little bit out of the way, but you're like, oh, but this is definitely going to benefit me in the future.
I mean, I could put it down to working full time here. When I was working full time, I was currently studying, so I put all that on the back burner to work full time.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to get that done, which makes it a lot harder trying to do both. But this wasn't an opportunity that I was going to let pass, and this was 4 or 5 years ago now when I was made full time. So yeah, really, I can put it down for that.
Yeah.
Depends on what your opportunities are, really.
Yeah, very similar to me as well. I could put it down to that I live, for anyone who's in Adelaide anyways, I live in the north of Adelaide.
Yeah.
And I was presented the opportunity to manage one of our retail stores back almost like a year or so ago, but in Mount Barker.
So, yeah.
So a bit of a, it's like you want to, I had to say yes to it, but it's a long drive.
Hour and a half drive every day.
Hour and a half drive every day, guys. So yeah.
So, yeah. I guess, it just depends what the opportunity is and whether it's worth it and whether it's going to support you and where you want to be in your future.
Definitely.
Thinking about entering my first bodybuilding show, coach or no coach, from Mark_D_Taylor from Instagram Q&A.
Yeah.
Your thoughts? You've just come out of a bodybuilding show.
I've just come out of my very first.
Yeah,
my very first one, and I definitely did go with a coach.
Coach? Yep. I would be the exact same. A coach, especially for your first show, a coach has so much more knowledge than what you can think you have through anywhere. There's going to be little things that are going to pop up. There's going to be the self-doubt that pops out. And a coach can just keep you on, can help you stay on track. I mean, staying on track is definitely up to you, but can help give you the guidance to what you need to make sure you're bringing the best package that you can on stage. I mean, most of the professional athletes have coaches.
Yeah.
So whether it's your first show or your 1000th show, I would probably recommend a coach anyway. Just because there's always going to be certain things that you miss, or because you're dieting down and you're not thinking 100%, that you just don't even think of coming into a show.
Yeah, look, I agree, and I guess I hear a lot from people as well. Go, oh, maybe I don't want to coach because I just want to see how I go my first time by doing it by myself, and then I can improve. You can always improve even with a coach.
100%.
Like it's not like people go with a coach and then they win or something. Most of the time, like I didn't win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's then you go back to the drawing board with that coach, and then you look at what you can improve on. Yeah,
definitely. But either way, if you have the knowledge and you want to try it, I mean, there's no harm in trying it without a coach, and then next time you can do it with a coach, vice versa. But I think whatever way you do, whether it's your first, I think you'll probably end up with a coach after. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Would you consider having a powerlifter on the TMJ team or MassiveJoes team, from JC Dwyer _ from Instagram Q&A? Your thoughts?
Well, you handle all the sponsored athletes.
Very true. Yeah, I guess I should leave this one off. I mean, at the moment, our goal with the athlete is to have Australia's best athlete team, essentially, of IFBB pro athletes. But I mean, I would never say no to an opportunity if it was the right kind of person. So all the things that we look for in our athletes: high social media presence, active engagement, even just their personality and stuff like that. And there's so many different ways to be involved with kind of the MassiveJoes, from the sponsored athletes to ambassadors to affiliates. It's not just the social media, sponsored athlete team, but there's so many other ways. But if everything was right, I mean, it doesn't fit where our athletes are going at the moment, but if the opportunity was there and it made business sense and it made sense to us and our values as kind of a business and as you as an athlete, then I guess it's something I'll definitely look into.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the 5 questions for this episode. Thank you, Caleb, for stepping in again.
Always a pleasure.
If you have a question for one of the next episodes of the Clinical Dose, chuck them in the comments below and I'll be sure to pick them out. Otherwise, Joe chucks up a Q&A on Instagram pretty much every week. So ask them on there. And make sure you subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest episodes of the Clinical Dose. Turn your post notifications on your whatever device you're watching this on. And until next time, where are we coming to and from, Caleb?
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive.
Thank you for tuning into this video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check out our latest upload and our recommended video, and be sure to subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest uploads.